an eye open. That's all I'm saying. But the Diddy documentary it's interesting because the Diddy documentary opens with footage of him in his hotel room a few weeks before he gets arrested, and you're like, what? Wait a second, this documentary was made by 50 Cent. Is 50 Cent in his hotel room and he doesn't know? Like, did he set up like hidden cams or something? And then you find out that Diddy hired the videographer himself because he thought the footage would make him look good to other people. It didn't work that way, right? That's what I said. It did not look good at all. And then within a few weeks he goes to jail, okay? And then the videographer's like, ooh, what do I do with this footage? Well, I guess I'll give it to his worst enemy, 50 Cent. He literally gives it to his longtime arch nemesis, 50 Cent. And my first thought was like, I'm not a Diddy fan, but like, he really Diddy got betrayed by his videographer, like mine would never do that, Sorry, look for the camera. Mine would never do that. Right? But then I read the reason why the videographer gave it to 50 Cent is because Diddy didn't pay the videographer. Bad move, man. Rookie mistake, dude. And as you find out in the documentary, Diddy had a history of not paying his contractors, dude. Who does he think he is? The President of the United States? Like, what are you doing, man? So yeah, let that be a lesson. If you do not pay your videographer, your private footage is gonna get released, okay? Yeah, so say what you will about Epstein, he definitely paid his videographer, Okay, all right. I'm kidding, he installed his own camera. Sometimes you gotta DIY, you know what I mean? Release the files. When I grew up, Puff Daddy, he seemed so innocent, he looked like he had seen a gun but never touched one, And then he just changed, when his name changed to Diddy, that's when the switch happened. And they said that he never did like drugs or anything like that when he didn't do drugs or alcohol, nothing when he was younger. And then all of a sudden he went straight to pills. Ecstasy was his favorite. That's kind of a big jump, from my experience, but it's just kind of crazy that he became Diddy when he did E. Okay. That's just a Sammy Obeid original. Now he did a lot of bad things, allegedly, as you see in the movie. But like one thing he also did was anytime his friend had a girlfriend, he would always try to take the girl from his friend. And he got charged for all these things like RICO, drugs, etc. But like, how about bro code? They didn't charge him once for any violation of the bro code, And obviously, the weirdest thing about this whole documentary was that they found 1,000 bottles of Johnson & Johnson baby oil on Diddy's estate. Okay, we're talking metric tons of baby oil, and it had to be Johnson & Johnson. That's the crazy thing, like brand loyalty, this guy, like brand loyalty. Johnson & Johnson lost their biggest client with Diddy. Like he single-handedly funded the J&J vaccine, which is weird because that was only one shot. Not typically his style, but yeah, he loved the Johnson & Johnson, and so everybody saw that. Everybody's like, this is weird, and so his lawyer has to chime in while he's in jail and be like, hey guys, what's the big deal, okay? Diddy just like to buy in bulk like any American. What American do you know is buying 1,000 bottles of Johnson & Johnson baby oil? Where can you get 1,000 bottles of Johnson & Johnson baby oil? Not Costco, I looked it up. They don't sell Johnson & Johnson. If it was from Costco, it'd be called Kirkland & Kirkland, but it's not. It's J&J, not K&K, okay? He had to literally like order directly from Johnson & Johnson, like pallets of baby oil. And it's revealed in the documentary that Diddy liked to use this oil for the freak-off. So he would have these freaky sessions with people all who come to these parties and they would do sexual stuff, and he always insisted that they put baby oil on them, which is just extra creepy because it's baby oil. Like, why do you want people to smell like babies? Like, what the is wrong with you? And then there's many accounts in the story where the person would be like, yeah, and then I put the baby oil on me, and Diddy was like, not enough. So they say he wanted people to have the glistening effect. That's what it was called, But it's classic like Diddy lyric. It's like, we can shine together or whatever. But yeah. I mean, it's just really weird using. And respectfully, Johnson & Johnson is like the gayest baby oil. You know what I mean? Like, it's made specifically for two men and they're privates. Johnson & Johnson, just straight. What the doctor ordered. But everybody's, seeing this and like, oh, like, what is the baby oil freak off stuff? And then so the lawyer had to chime in even more and be like, what's wrong, guys? It's just a bunch of adults doing consensual sex. Like, the fact that you said consensual is a red flag, you know what I mean? Like, we should already assume that, but like, I'm not a sex expert, trust me, okay? But last time I checked, you don't need that much lubrication for consensual sex, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of built into the process. If you know, you know, okay? And if you don't know, now you know. Baby, baby. Oil. But yeah, I mean, the messed up thing about Diddy not paying his contractors is that he had money. Like, you can see it on his body. Like, he paid certain people. He chose who he paid. Like, for instance, Diddy has to pay Sting $2,000 a day for the rest of his life. Because he sampled Sting's song without asking for consent. Which is also just extra sinister just because it was the song that he dedicated to Biggie's death. Yeah, so basically he kills Biggie, and then he makes a song in his honor, releases it on his solo album, does a little dance on MTV. While he didn't even make the beat himself, he stole it from Sting. And so now he has to pay Sting $2,000 a day for the rest of Sting's life. So Sting could just quit everything he's doing and make a surgeon's salary off of Diddy every single year till he dies. So Sting's kind of happy that Diddy's in jail, He's just like, every breath you take, every bond you break, every move you make, you'll be paying me. It's a crazy documentary, but I think I just told you everything. So I've been watching this documentary called The Age of Disclosure. Has anybody seen this one? Yeah, it's about aliens. Yeah, where my stoners at, right? It's a good documentary. It's actually nominated for some awards, and in it, some government officials, both current and former, just straight out come on screen and say, "Yeah, bro, there's aliens. Deal with it." And it's a lot of very credible people, and also Marco Rubio for some reason. Don't know why he's in the doc, but when he's not talking, you're like, "This is convincing." And so in this documentary, they straight up say, they're like, yeah, we know aliens, we know them by their first names. There's a lot of different alien species here. Some are here on leisure for a little vacay. Some are escaping climate change from their planet, like their solar system lost its sun and it's very cold now. Isn't that ironic? Even in outer space, aliens are running from ice. Parallel universe, that's all I'm saying. And so they're coming here, and apparently the aliens have a fascination with our nuclear facilities, okay? Yeah, so they've been seen hovering over our nuclear sites, and apparently, as I say in the documentary, allegedly, okay, the aliens are able to activate and deactivate our nukes remotely. They don't even need our control center. They're just like, beep, bop, 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 beep, bop, bop. And apparently there was a time when like Russian nukes were pointed at us and the aliens just turned it on as a joke. They're like, ha ha ha. So they got a sense of humor too. But yeah, good luck sleeping at night. The aliens basically control our nukes, but I find it kind of heartwarming just because, they could kill us if they want. Clearly their technology is better than ours. They can come here, we can't go there. So their nukes could annihilate us. Our nukes can't even go to the moon, So they don't consider this a war with them. They're kind of like Diddy. They're like, we decide when they destroy each other, That's like very controlling, And so yes, they can activate and deactivate our nukes. And so if you've ever had the thought, like, wow, we live in such a crazy world, it's actually pretty cool that we haven't gotten a nuclear war yet. It's not our doing, it's the aliens. They've probably saved our ass a bunch of times and we don't even know it. Especially when you got a guy with loose fingers running the show. But yeah, they have a fascination with our nuclear sites, and the aliens also have a fascination with our time travel facilities. So if you don't know, we are actively working on time travel, and the reason you don't know is because we're not good at it, because we haven't left now, okay? But they're working on it and they're trying, and what they said in the documentary was every time they make an advancement in time travel, the aliens do something to hinder us. So they've been seen attacking our time travel facilities, and they've even been seen like just tampering with things. Anytime we make like an advancement, they do something. They do it remotely too, like beep, 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 and they hold us back. So now, I'm now thinking like that's why the mic turned off, because they're like, they went forward in time and they're like, he's about to tell them the secrets, right? So like it just hit me. Now, obviously, what you gather from this is, okay, the aliens don't want us to have time travel. And your first ask is like, why would no one want us to have time travel? We're such great people, right? No, I know what you're thinking, right? We're all intellectuals in this room, so you're thinking like, okay, well, obviously, they don't want us to have time travel because that would create a ripple in the space-time continuum, which would mess up whatever they have going on and whatever year they're from, right? Some people are as stoned as me, right? Okay, so that's the obvious thought, right? But in the documentary, they're like, bro, no, it's not even that. Basically, everyone in the universe except us has time travel. So literally, all the species of aliens are out there, like going like, let's go to 2035, woo! Party like it's 1999, woo! Just out there, just going all just reckless time travel, getting time travel DUIs, having the time of their life on the interspace. And all of them, all the aliens, the whole international universal community, they all look at us humans on Earth. They look at our behavior and they're like, yeah, those motherfuckers are not getting time travel. No way are we gonna let them have time. Do not let them leave 2025 or 2026. Like, they have to watch literally every year. That's how monitoring time travel works. And so basically they don't want us to leave now. Okay, so we're trapped. Yeah, so everybody's like, live in the moment. Like, you have no other choice, actually. Yeah, so basically we're on literal timeout. Like literal timeout. But I get it. Like, they see us and they're like, you know, especially if the Americans got time travel, they just come out and try to steal all the time oil. You know what I mean? Right? Because there's got to be some kind of oil for time. I mean, we see that like, yeah, more of that. I want that oil. Yes, alien planet, we'll be your friend. Give us the oil. Did you guys know that Venezuela has the world's largest proven oil reserves? Yes, Venezuela has the world's largest proven oil reserves. Okay, if the world was Los Angeles, Venezuela would be Diddy's house. Okay, largest proven oil reserves. Okay, which is crazy because that's not even why we're interested in them. We just care about the drugs. Isn't that so crazy? We're just like, we're here for the drugs. Oh, there's oil here? Oh, what? Yummy, yummy. I love that. That's good. It's making my teeth glisten. Yeah, it's crazy. You know, we seized the ship off the coast of Venezuela, and it's an oil ship. We've previously been going after drug ships, but you know, in our defense, oil is our drug. You know. But yeah, it's kind of messed up because apparently there's protocol when you seize a ship. When you seize a ship diplomatically, if there's a way to do that, I guess, you're supposed to notify them, give them a warning, have them remove the cargo. We took that cargo and all, and pretending like that wasn't intentional. We're like, oh, there's oil here? Oh, guess we'll keep it. It was 2 million barrels of oil, $150 million worth of oil.